Hi guys, we're going to make another change to this rubber band car. Main change is we're going to use the bigger straw. This is one of those things that you get for smoothies, that sort of thing. It's just a thicker straw, so that'll give us even less friction. Even though the straw that I used here, which I'll show you again if I can get the wheels off, even though that straw is big enough for the barbecue skewer to be a loose fit in it, because the barbecue skewers bend a little bit, when they bend they tend to rub on the inside of the straw. So if you use a much bigger straw, they can bend quite a lot more without causing any more friction. So that's why I use the thicker straws. So I'll put that through there. At the same time, I'm going to drill new holes further to the back, so the straw's going to go right through, right near the back, so that the wheels don't rub each other. Because at the moment, because they're such big wheels, they can actually touch each other, front and back. So if I move it back as far as I can go, then there's no chance of them rubbing anymore. And this time I will actually glue the straw in place. Probably don't need to, but I will anyway. And I'll use Gorilla Glue, because people keep asking me what can they use instead of hot glue gun. So I'll be using this stuff, Gorilla Glue. What you have to do is you put it on and then you spray a little bit of water on it, because the water is what activates it. So first we'll make new holes. Again, we want the holes to be an equal distance from the edge to where the hole is. Don't push a spiky thing straight into your finger, that'll just end in tears. I've actually got my fingers either side of it. You need to make that bigger. Do this gently or you'll bend the whole cardboard. Again, we need it to be sticking out a bit on either side to keep the wheels away from the bodywork. A little bit of Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue foams up as it sets or cures. Looks a bit like expanding foam. So that helps to hold everything in place. So we have some water here that we'll just spray on it. And that will start it curing, as they call it. That's the Gorilla Glue has cured or set. As you see, it bubbles up like expanding foam. What I'm going to do now, just because I can, is take it outside and spray paint it, just to make it look a bit more interesting than a crisp tube. We'll do this outdoors in the garden so that we don't have to worry about the fumes. Got some odd tins of spray paint there I've picked up in Poundland. Got some white, some black, some red, some blue. I don't know how much is in them because I've used some of them already, but I think I'll give it a coat of white first just to give us a base coat, and then put some colour on it afterwards. Looks like there was a bit of grease around the edge there, it's bubbling up a bit. I don't think that's going to matter. I'll give it a second coat of white because I've got some more. I'll try a bit of colour this time. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Back together with the fancy paint job. I'll put the camera back on the tripod because it's now easier to see what we do with putting the rubber band on the back axle. First thing, I've made myself a little hook, just bent a paper clip and attached it to the end of one of those barbecue skewers so we can reach inside and get the rubber band easily. Now let's see if I can demonstrate a bit easier. So we just put the rubber band on the back axle and then turn it so it goes over itself, and that holds it still while you wind it up. Let's see how we do. Point it fairly straight. Okay, and without winding it up, just set it back the other way and see how far it'll go the other way. Well, that's not bad. That's double the length of my kitchen and conservatory. The kitchen is 5 metres. And the conservatory is another 3, so that's 8 metres. We didn't actually start right at the beginning of the kitchen, we started on the red line, so we'll take 1 metre off for that. So we'll call it 7 metres each way. So we did about 14 metres there quite easily and hit the wall at the end. There are a couple more changes I'd still like to make. So there'll be at least one more episode in this series.